Hey guys, this is Jordan here, personal trainer at the Schenectady JCC. For our sports performance workout today, we're going to focus on core work and cardio work. For the most part, we're going to be jumping in between the two, which means we'll do some core work and then we'll jump into a cardio exercise and go back and forth. Some point later, I might do it, might stop that switching and focus a little bit more on the cardio and a little bit more on the core. But at least to start, we're going to jump in between the two. All right, trying to keep the heart rate elevated, specifically when we're doing our core work as well. Before we get this started, we're obviously going to do our warm-up. For our warm-up today, we're going to do some nice deep squats into a calf raise, make sure our legs are nice and warmed up. All right, so we're going to do a lot of cardio with the legs today. All right, not so much with the upper body or the core. Focus a little bit more on strength with there. So we're just going to do some squats and just a nice deep calf raise. Keep that chest up. Let's go nice and deep in that squat. All right, keep that chest up. Get those knees in line with the toes. We're not pushing over the toes. Just getting that glute down. All right, not leaning forward, which means those knees go in front. All right, sitting down, controlling that weight down, even coming up. All right, so we did 5 here. Taking your time. All right, we're gonna throw a calf raise in at the end of this one. Slow and smooth. Push into those toes. Focus on that balance. And right back into the heels. Slow and smooth. Just want to get that warm up. Last 2. One more here. Okay, just kind of go with some side bends. Get those sides and hips warmed up as well. Just big reach over that head. All right, reaching as far as you can. Feeling a nice stretch in that side as you reach, going back and forth. All right, try to keep the legs straight as you can. Push the hips out. Allow yourself to really reach over that head so you get a nice deep stretch on that side. Let's do 4 more, 2 more each side. And our last 2. All right, the last thing, we're just gonna keep the legs warmed up a little bit. Just go with some hip circles. All right, rotating the hips out. All right, bring that knee in front of you. And slowly bring it to the side. Let's do 1 more here. Now let's reverse back. Coming out to that side first, and then back in front. And we're gonna do 3 more here. Then we'll switch up the sides. And all right, opposite leg. Front first, and then out to that side. One more. All right, now coming lateral, back to that front. We'll go right into the workout. So the good thing about most of this exercise is we will not need any kind of weight. All right, the first one I'm going to use a weight, so if you do, that's great. If you don't, that is fine as well. All right, so anything you can control while holding out in front of you. So the arms would be nice and straight. We've used this as a warm-up before, our torso rotations, which is a nice warm-up when you don't have any weight. It would be a great strength exercise in those hips and those obliques if you have a weight in front of you. So I do have a kettlebell, all right? So this motion is the same, all right? If you have a 2-liter bottle of soda or milk or anything like that, specifically soda or milk, because if you do drop it, obviously it's plastic, it's not gonna hurt your feet or anything like that. You're just gonna rotate back and forth, keeping it tight to that torso, engaging those hips as we're going back and forth. I want to focus on keeping that kettlebell or whatever you have in front of you, all right, at that chest level each time. All right, so it's a big squeeze from the hip, and pull from that right back in that direction. Keeping it smooth still, not focus on going fast. Getting those hands to the hips. You can see them keeping that weight, that chest level the whole time. Let's go 10 more seconds here. I want to go right with some burpees. 3, 2, and 1. All right, burpees. Hands are going down, feet rolling behind you. All right, keep those hips up. All right, and as you stand up, throw a little jump in there. Just enough to get the feet off the ground. Don't need to jump to the ceiling. All right, if you need to take a break and not do that jump, that is fine. If we can, drive those toes in, get those calves involved too. You got 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, going onto the ground. I'm gonna do some glute work. All right, we focus on core. All right, just as important as that backside. We're gonna do some bridges. For our bridges, all right, head and shoulders are down. We're gonna pop up from those hips and Keep it nice and tight, those glutes. All right, just hold here. Big squeeze, keep those hips nice and high. If we can, all right, we do some kickouts, which means we'll bring one foot in front, all right, and replace. Switch up the foot each time. This makes it a little bit tougher. We gotta keep it nice and tight in that backside. Because obviously we're only having one foot down. Gotta make sure we keep the hips up. The big squeeze to that glute that is planted. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Back up to the feet. Going into some high knees. Okay, try to stick to the toes. Try to get to the waist each time with those knees. All right, we're all fast paced. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. All right. If you feel like you're cheating yourself, put your hands on your front hips, right where that waist or waistline is. Try to drive the knee to the hand each time. All right, coming up on our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a quick break. Let's take 20 seconds here. We're going right back into it. Going into our torso rotations. Grab that weight if you have one. If not, still a beneficial exercise. A little bit tougher if we have that weight in front of us. All right, guys, coming up in 5 seconds. Let's get that weight in front of us. Extend those arms. Tight squeeze that torso. Right, slow it down if we need. Focus on engaging those hips, those obliques for that pull. Here's our last 10 seconds. Okay, we're gonna go into our burpees. If you need an extra break, feel free to pause. If you need to do more, pause as well. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's hit that ground. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Hands, feet, okay, can always throw a push-up then. I'll make it a little bit tougher. If you don't want to do the push-up, it's fine. If you don't want to do the jump, that's fine as well. But if we can, let's do it everything. Every little part of it. Make it as tough as you can do. All right, about 5 seconds left. I'll do my last one here. Whew. All right, let's catch up to you quick. Right back down that ground, guys. With that glute work. Our kickouts. Head and shoulders down. Make sure those heels are in line with those knees. Let's bring those hips up. And 3, 2, and 1. All right, it's completely fine to hold here for 30. All right, if we're doing this, all right, the one reason I do like to do the opposite legs is to focus on us switching that squeeze from each side. Sometimes we hold the glute bridge here, all right, we're focusing on one side more than the other. We don't even realize it. We'll focus on keeping the squeeze, a constant squeeze on the left and right cheek, keeping the hips up. And if we can always extend that leg in front of you. We want to keep those hips up. We got 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, back up to the feet, into our high knees. All right, let's break that waistline each time if we can. Keep those knees up. Want to hit those hands in front of us if we need that barometer. All right, make sure we challenge ourselves. All right, try to stick to the toes. All right, big squeeze in with those toes. All right, keep those heels up. 3, 2, 1, here we go. These are faster. We got to make sure we're controlled. All right, so I shouldn't see the legs coming out wide. We're going like this. I keep my knee line with the hip. Let's go 15 more seconds. We'll take a 30-second break before circuit 2. All right, guys, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we got 30 seconds. Big gulps of breath. Inhales through the nose, exhales through the mouth. Out, exhale. Exhales. All right, we're gonna start on the ground. Back to some core work. Got about 15 seconds, guys, so let's get ready. All right, on that back again. We're doing something called a dead bug, which is upper core work and lower at the same time. Going on opposite sides. All right, it's called a dead bug. The arms are nice and straight. The legs are on tabletop if we can. All right, or at least keep the heels off that ground. If you have to lower those legs, that's fine. Keep the knees in line, the legs nice and straight if we can. We're doing opposite arm and leg. Bring it almost all the way to that ground with a big exhale here. Return and opposite. All right, I like doing these a little bit later because it's obviously a little bit tougher, all right, to do these when you're out of breath. Focus on how tired you are. Doesn't seem like it's a hard movement. It'll catch up to you. Doesn't seem like it should be a difficult movement to remember either, but it is. Opposite arm and leg kicking out each time. Extending out nice and wide, the same speed, same distance from the ground, and coming up at the same speed. Returning all the way with that range of motion. All right, it's a big squeeze down lower ab side of that leg side, and upper ab on that arm side. All right, up to the feet. We got some 1, 2, 3 lunge. All right, so these are kind of like lunge jumps. You're gonna start with a split stance, one foot in front of the other. Okay, we're gonna switch 3 times. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. On our third switch, we have the opposite foot in front of the other. Okay, if we do this correctly and under control, when we jump into that third lunge switch, all right, we'll be able to keep our legs in that normal alignment with the hips. We'll lower ourselves into a little bit of a lunge. I don't need you to go deep lunge. Some folks on cardio here have so much strength of your legs. Okay, but I do want to get the quads and hamstrings involved as well. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, as you can see, I'm not deep into that lunge here. The knees not all the way down. All right, my knees in front a little bit, okay? That's fine. 1, 2, 3, okay? Just getting muscles involved. Each time we're gonna switch to that lunge. If we can't do that, or if we get tired, all right, of doing our lunges and our switches, just do a little scissor kick for me, okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Feel free to just focus a little bit more on cardio and leg work, okay? We're gonna start at 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, lunge. 1, 2. All right, I like doing this because it switches the front leg in front of us for us. Work a little bit on our counting. So focus on that form, the chest is up, no matter how far I'm going down. I got 10 seconds, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, that's the last one. All right, next exercise is sticking up on the feet. Before we hit the ground again, we're gonna do a little bit of jump squats. Okay, I don't need you to go too far. Up in our squat, a little bit more plyometric, which means you're reacting to that ground. So we're gonna do some gorilla squats, all right? I call them gorilla squats. So I put my arms right in front of me, so nice and straight, all right? So as I squat down, almost looks like I'm a gorilla, all right? That's how a lot of gorillas stand, with those arms down like this. So I wanna make you focus, all right? I like doing these because it brings your hands all the way to the ground. Then focus on doing a nice deep squat each time, okay? Instead of doing our normal squats, or you might cheat yourself, not going down as far. Your straight arms allows you to bring yourself down to that full range of motion. Now just because those arms are coming forward, all right, doesn't mean I want that chest to fall forward as well. So how arms are coming, I don't want to see this. It's not a squat, it's more of a deadlift, okay? I want to focus on keeping chest up. All right, the arms will be straight, so I'm still have that nice deep squat. I'm not falling forward with that chest. So after I come out of my squat, I want a little bit of a jump, so we have to react to that ground. So if I throw it all together, all right, as you can see, I'm not jumping up too high, but my feet are getting off the ground. All right, keep that chest up, get the glutes down, get that butt down, weight in the heels, and and shift into the toes. 10 seconds. And come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, those catch up to you. Back to that ground. Back to our obliques. We're doing some windshield wipers. The head and shoulders all the way down. All right, with the arms wound nice and straight, forming a T with that upper body with the palms down. I want to focus on keeping the arms down, okay? Legs are coming up nice and straight, so we have 90 degrees to the hips. All we're gonna do, whatever our range of motion allows us, bring those legs down, keeping that 90 degrees in the hips, all right? Focus on keeping the opposite arm down. So if I'm coming to my left, I need to make sure this arm maintains contact with that ground. It starts to come off, all right, I'll lose that balance. I won't be able to engage that stomach, and I'll end up swinging my legs back. If I can maintain the balance with the arm, I can engage that hip and pull those legs back to that starting position. And then obviously we'll switch it up. All right, so everyone's range of motion is different. Definitely with hip stuff, because a lot of people have tight hips. We need to focus on keeping the legs fairly straight. If we need to bend them, all right, to make it a little bit easier, that's fine. But straighter the better. All right, and make sure we're keeping the arms down. It's a big squeeze. Engage that torso, that top hip. Pull those legs back to that starting position. Back and forth. Okay, let's do one more on each side. And last one here. All right, called windshield wipers, because it looks like you're going back and forth on the windshields. Back and forth with those legs. All right, take my head off. We're sticking back on the ground. We're starting back over. Actually, let's take a quick quarter. I know I need it. Put that back again. Our dead bug position. All right, tabletop with those legs. Arm nice and straight. If you need to lower the heels a little bit, that's fine. We'll just keep them off the ground. All right, tabletop is better if we can. Big squeeze here. Lower ab on that left side with that leg. Upper ab on that right side with that arm. And return. All right, try to finish that breath as you're extending, and then inhale as you're returning. All right, 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, back up to the feet. Last two cardios. Our split stance, 1, 2, 3 lunge, one foot in front of the other. Let's keep that chest up. Starting at 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lunge. 1, 2, lunge. Quick feet. Let's make sure we keep the legs aligned with those hips. No strain on those joints. Nice bend of the knees. I don't need you to get all the way through your lunge. Focusing more on cardio here. Keep that balance too. As you can see, I lost it. And one leg was too far behind that hip like that. Normal line with those legs. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, 2 big breaths. Squat jumps. Arms straight. Okay, we're starting at 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All right, empty that tank, guys. We got one extra soft touch after this. We're halfway there. All right, chest up. Got butt down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, on the ground. Let's finish off with some wipers. Remember, the straighter the better. Maintain contact with those arms. Palms down for that base up top. 90 degrees in the hips. Here we go. Okay, you can always start with straight legs. If we get tired, bend the knees a little bit more. That's 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, guys. Hope you had a great exercise today. I know I did. I'm nice and sweaty. Make sure you stretch it out. Make sure you hydrate, and I hope to see you soon at the JCC.